All right, y'all. Hey, hey, come on. This is Not Abuse No More with your host, Dr. Evangelist K.O. Rich, helping you to admit what you feel in order to heal from the effects of narcissistic abuse. How y'all doing today? This is Dr. Rich. Ah, man, it's been a minute, but I just want to thank you all for tuning in today on Narcissistic Abuse No More, where we're helping you admit what you feel in order to heal from the effects of narcissistic abuse because your feelings do matter. Yes, they do. But before we go on with today's podcast, I would like to invite you to visit us on our website at www.narcabusenomore.org. Again, that website address is www.narcabusenomore.org. And on the website, you'll find valuable information regarding narcissism. And if you have any what was going on? I just lost my train of thought. But if you have any questions regarding narcissism, you can go directly to our website and tune in from there if you have missed any of these podcasts. Now, I just want to let you know we are now doing impromptu podcast. So basically, there's not a schedule as we used to have every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you notice, I have not been on in over a week. I have been extremely busy. And so, but we're now doing impromptu. So if you have the app of whatever your favorite app is, or whether it's iTunes, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Spotify, then make sure you put us in your favorite so that whenever the podcast does air, then you can listen to it. Now, these podcasts are now going to be 15 minutes or less. 15 minutes or less. So let's get started. Today we're talking about some tips to boost your mental health, Now, a lot of people may have gone through some kind of trauma, some tragedies, abuse issues. You might be dealing with how to just get back to who you once were. So we're going to talk about some things to help boost your mental health because it is so important that you take care of yourself. You have that self-care and to make sure that your mental health stays stable. All right. Many people are snapping. Many people are going over the edge. Some people are committing suicide, and we don't want this to be your particular story. So today we're going to just talk about some things that you can do to boost your mental health. You may have been put down a lot. You may have been in an abusive situation where that person constantly told you what you weren't, what you couldn't do, and all these things. Well, guess what? We're going to reboot today. Okay. Sometimes you have to. You have a computer and it starts acting a little crazy. Sometimes you have to do a Control Alt Delete. Okay, that means that I'm going to reboot the system. Okay, so we want to reboot your mental health. So number one, track gratitude and achievement with a journal. So 3 things that you are grateful for and 3 things that you were able to accomplish each day. All right, we sometimes we look at the big things, or did I get this promotion, or did I get this degree, or whatever, but it's small achievements that matter. Okay, so if you have been trying to maybe clean out your garage and you got that done today, then guess what? That's an accomplishment. All right. If you say, you know what, I am not going to eat that fried chicken today, that's an accomplishment. Okay. And then also the things that you're grateful for. We should always wake up in gratefulness that God woke us up in the morning. Okay. I believe in thanking God. Lord, thank you for waking me up this morning. Thank you for getting me started on my way. Thank you for blessing me. Thank you for a roof over my head, food to eat, clothes to wear. Thank you that I am in my sound mind. And you might be saying I'm on the edge of it, but at least you are still there. Okay. So these are things that you can do to help to boost your mental health. Number 2, Start your day, I believe, first with prayer. Okay, first with prayer, talk to God. And then, hey, if you are a coffee drinker, then grab that coffee. Okay, I love me some coffee. I like to have my coffee and do something that makes you happy. You might be one that, okay, I don't do coffee, but I do power drinks, or I like to do, and make sure you're getting those healthy ones because some of them are not so healthy, but I like to do smoothies or something. So do something that kind of helps you. It might be some green tea to help to calm you down, to help you get into the flow of things. Number three, set up a getaway. Sometimes you just need to get away from everything, the job, the kids, everything. So it's nothing wrong with sometimes saying, you know what, I just need a vacation. And make sure you take get a vacation in a safe place, or take someone with you. Also, it might not be a paid vacation. You might just say, you know what, I'm going to take the day and I'm just going to drive. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just going to drive. Okay, that can do your mental health some good. Another thing, number four, is to work on your strengths. Work on your strengths to help to build that self confidence. We all need self confidence. All right, so you may have said, you know what, I am lacking self confidence. I'm not that confident person that I used to be. I have been in this relationship that just brought me down to an all time low. So these are something to do. Work on your strengths, okay? And it helps to build that self confidence. What are you good at? You might say, well, you know what? I don't even know what I'm good at. Okay, do you cook good? Well, cook something. Do you paint? Do you draw? Do you sing? Do something that makes you feel good. It don't have to be in front of an audience. It could be just in front of an audience of one. You in the mirror, as long as it helps you. Number five, make sure that you get a good night's sleep. So many people are working on just little sleep, and a lot of times that can affect your mental health, your mood, and it overall affects your body because you're not getting the sleep that you need. So you're sleep deprived. So make sure you take care of that. Um, Another thing is show love to someone in your life. Okay, I'm not talking about just intimacy with a spouse. What I'm talking about is just treating people nice, doing things for people, kindness. This is not people pleasing. This is saying, you know what, I like to bake, so I'm gonna bake someone some cookies. Or, you know what, I like to sew. Maybe I'm just gonna sew a little something for someone, or something that makes you feel good, and at the same time you're showing love to someone else. Another thing is sometimes it's good to write your untold story in a journal. The things that you've gone through, the things that you may be dealing with even now. Because guess what? A year from now, you hope that, hey, you know what? I've grown. I'm not going through the same things I was dealing with. I've learned a lot. And therefore, you can see by journaling, you can see that, hey, I've made some progress. And that helps your mental health to say, you know what? I remember when I was in this place in my life, and now I'm no longer in that place. And so I see the growth. Nothing possibly encourages you more than to see growth. Okay. Let me take weight loss, for instance. When you see, you might be one of the ones that's been on a diet or watching what you eat, and you say, you know what, this is encouraging me to continue because I'm seeing the effects from it. I'm seeing that, hey, I'm able to put on those jeans I wasn't able to wear before, that dress that I had in my closet for 5 years and promised to get in, and now I'm seeing that I can get in it now. So nothing helps to boost your mental health like seeing that growth. Sometimes it's good to go off the grid. That's another thing. Go off the grid. What do I mean by that? Put down the phone, put down the smartwatch. Don't check the email. Just say, you know what? I'm going to have a day or a weekend or so that I'm just going to not be on social media. I'm just going to enjoy nature. I'm going to get me a good book, get some coffee or whatever the case may be, curl up on the swing outside or on a chair, and I'm just going to be in total peace. we have become a society where we always got to be doing something. We and I'm guilty of that as well. Busy, 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 busy on the phone or on the social media, doing checking emails. This is the life that we live. But you know what? I remember when I was a kid, we didn't have cell phones. Okay, there was no cell phone. So guess what? We if you weren't at home to get the call, then you just missed it. Okay. Uh, I remember. I think when I was a kid, call waiting had just came out, if I remember right. But we computers. It wasn't at the time. I remember I was little. As a kid growing up, we didn't have the access to the internet. I think that was like in my teenage years or later, a little later. But the thing is that there were a lot of things that was more simple when we were maybe younger than it is now. So now everything is all about the noise. We're busy, 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 busy. And sometimes we just need to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to slow it down. And sometimes we have to slow it down. Another thing that's good to do is take some time to laugh. Life has so many different serious things, but sometimes it's good just to laugh. Okay, sometimes someone will send me something funny, and I'll be just rolling. All right, just laughing because we really don't laugh as much as we should. I'm not talking about laughing at something that you shouldn't laugh at, okay? But the thing is, it's good. Laughing is a medicine. It's a medicine. And so if you are feeling low and down in the dumps, do something that's going to bring a smile to your face. Another thing is dance around while you're doing housework. Okay, so you might be. I was actually this weekend. I had seen it was this slave series. It's called Underground. I think it's called Underground. And one of the ladies that was playing in the movie, she had her daughter, and they were slaves at the time. But she closed the master's door, and she just had her and her daughter to just jump up and down on the bed. And even though they were um, in a situation that was not ideal, okay, because it was no fun to be a slave, but they took that moment just to have a little moment of fun. And so sometimes, regardless of what is going on around you, take some time to dance, okay? It doesn't have to be, I'm not talking about going to a club or anything like that. I'm talking about just whether it's bouncing on your bed or putting on some music and just dancing around the house and just be like what's that old movie Sound of Music. You make your own sound of music. What's another thing to do is sometimes it's good to just do some yard work, whether it's planting flowers, raking leaves, cutting grass, doing a little trimming or whatever, or just getting your vitamin D, just enjoying the sun, going for a walk. This can help to, help you with your mental health. It's amazing how just getting some vitamin D can help to change your overall outlook of things. Okay, we are running out of time, but last but not least, and this is one of the things that I love, is I love my furry friends. Yes, I love my animals, and my animals, they are fun for me. And if you have an animal, or you may want one, get you a furry friend. They love you unconditionally, and most importantly, it's helpful to know to love yourself. All right, we are up out of here. I pray that today's podcast has been a blessing to you. This is Dr. Rich. Until next time.